Hello and welcome with myself, Rev.ArleneC C of Sacred Pearl Ministries. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here and coming back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much. I'm so happy you found me and you found my page. So it is May 1st. Oh my goodness, can we believe it? We're in May already. It's wow. Yeah, time. Clearly more and more it shows that it is such an illusion and not linear at all. But anyways, so I wasn't planning on making a video today, but of course, when my inner universe speaks, I just do what I'm told. So what was interesting is this morning, I just returned back a few minutes ago from a walk this morning. And I thought I had to get that in before I got busy with my day, and I wasn't going to be able to do it. And it's, not raining, which is nice, and it's just beautiful here in southwestern Ontario today. It's cloudy, but sunny-ish, so it's pretty cool. And there's lots of activity happening in the skies today. Feeling a lot of galactic energy today. You can kind of see in the clouds the formations of our galactic friends hanging out. But that's not the purpose of the video. So what was interesting was I was out for my walk, and often I'll just listen to some mantra music, and it's usually Buddhist mantras. And on my walk, which often happens, I'll go for my walk, and then ascended beings kind of join me on my walk, right? And often it's Jesus, and that's how it started. So often Jesus would join me for my walk, and we would just have conversations, just chat, and sometimes not chat. Sometimes it was just about being in that space, being present. But today, it was Yogananda. And it was interesting because I think I may have told this story before, because before it was always, Jesus was always on walks with me, and then eventually this new person showed up. I'm just okay. And I could tell that it was, a yogi of sorts, and it was the way he was dressed and stuff, and it was very much, like the East Indian look, right? Kind of features and the way he was dressed, like you see. But at the same time, I just thought, I don't know who this person is. I'm like, do they even really exist? Is it all in my head? Which technically, yes, it's in my head, right? But I didn't understand. And so I was Google searching, yogis and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I see who this person is. And I'm like, oh my God, that is it's just so cool. I'm like, wow, you're an actual person or was an actual person. But anyways, and so, yeah, it was really interesting. And to be honest, sometimes I'm still not quite sure why he appears for me. And I don't know. There's lots of different things. And some of it gets revealed, but it's just such an interesting process. And I even bought his autobiography and read that because of it. And I thought, okay, well, if we're going to be hanging out, it would be cool to kind of know more about you. So that was really cool. And I feel more since I've become a reverend and kind of letting that path reveal itself for me. A lot of times it brings me back to reading the book again, and and just expanding with that. So that's been really cool. But anyways, this is really taken off further than I was planning on. We're already 4 minutes in, and I'm not even close to what I wanted to talk about. So, okay, so we were on this walk, and it was interesting because, we're just on this walk, and the way the message was coming through is just understanding May's energy, and that's what this is really about. So this is kind of an energy update for the month so far, and of what I'm picking up on May 1st. So it really feels like March and April, right, was just very intense months. and so much got brought up to the surface. And it's, ooh, there goes my stomach growling. I apologize if it shows up on the video, but clearly energy is moving when that happens, right? Or like lots of yawning. But anyways, so this, you know, it's just been this very intense last couple of months. And, you know, it feels like we've been through like the ringer. Like sometimes you feel like you just, like for me, I used to be very much into mixed martial arts and stuff like that. So I was doing like mixed martial arts, I was doing kickboxing, I was doing lots of different things. So it's like you know, you get a beating basically, right? And that's what it feels like. You feel like you've just been in a fight, right? In a match, in the octagon. And so, but at the same time, when you've been in the work, right, and you've decided, like if you're that person who is doing, or let's say participating in this experience of a human with the conscious awareness and the conscious intention of living, you understand that as much as it's icky and not pretty and very uncomfortable and it can be painful, there's this level of you that just really understands that there's more to it, right? And it's not about being miserable, right? Or it's not about continuing to live in the victim mentality and the aware, or in that program anymore. So what was interesting is April is, I was about to say August. Ooh, something must have happened in August. Anyways, okay. So in May, so what May is doing is May still has this very powerful energy, but it's gentle as well. Because now this is giving you the opportunity to really allow the energies of March and April to move through your body. So you've had March and April to really like logically, I guess, have that awareness, right? So you're all kind of like up in here with it, and it's been revealed to you and you're just like, oh shit, right? So now May is now bringing you deeper into your heart to feel it through, because you really need to process it as a feeling now. And I've said this in so many videos and, you know, posts if you follow me on Instagram, and even sometimes here in the community post, right? It's understanding that a feeling is just a feeling and the emotion is the story that you've attached to the feeling, right? So now we need to feel it. And that is very much what I feel like May is about. But there is this sense of like, you can breathe through it, right? And it's not that intensity of you feel crippled. And this is very much this month and possibly the beginning of June. It is very much, but May especially is very much, this is your clearing and cleansing month, where you really get to purge, right? You really get to purge what was coming through and breathe through what happened, and being able to kind of process it easier, or at least process it with a clarity that it was more of a struggle to process and deal with in March and April. Trying to see if there's anything else that they wanted me to say. And it's very much of Yogananda is saying, you know, it's very much of needing to be in your breath right now, to embody the human part of you and the gift that it is, because experiencing this human life is such a gift. That's what he keeps saying. Experiencing this human life is such a gift that so many of us take for granted. we struggle to have the appreciation and stepping into our connection with God and the devotion. That's what he just said to me right now, so I am sharing that with you. Thank you very much. Now she's behind me. So it's a very tall man, and with me, I'm only 5'2.5". So everybody's tall, but he's like a giant next to me. He's very tall, and that's just his like stature too, right? He's just very, like, yeah, he's a big man, and very assertive. Like, he's funny, but it's almost like sometimes it's hard to tell it. Like, his sense of humor is like, it can be difficult sometimes to tell that he's being funny just because of how he presents it. It's kind of like that dry humor, I guess. It's kind of funny. And then you have Jesus, who his humor too is very sarcastic. It's he's a funny guy too when he comes around. And and like Archangel Michael has an interesting energy too. Like, he can be funny too. Yeah. And then they like to pick on Gabriel too. Like, some of the archangels, they like to mess with Gabriel for some reason. And Uriel's more serious, I find. And so can Raphael. Raphael can be kind of serious sometimes. Gabriel feels more like he'd be like the younger brother. Like, that's the energy I sense. Like, he's just, or like the younger sister, whatever, right? But it's like the younger sibling is basically what it feels like when he's around. It's kind of that younger sibling, and they kind of like to pick on him. Anyways, again, it's going off topic, but that is sort of the energy update for me at this point. So, and always, the message always is self-compassion, self-care, self-nurturing, really being gentle with yourself as you move this energy through. Try not to overthink it. Like, that's the biggest thing. This is not about thinking. It's just about letting it feel. So, like, even too, for some reason, in the middle of the night. So I've been awake basically since 2:30 this morning. And a lot of different things were coming through, and it was like, and I just kept getting hit with this like emotion where I just needed to cry. And I was like, whoa, like, where's this coming from? But again, it was just like needing to remind myself too, like, that doesn't matter. If my body, if there's this sensation to cry, then I just need to let it happen, right? And just keep sending love to myself and let it happen and move through. Like, again, that's the biggest thing with the humans too, right? Is we want to figure everything out and we want to fix it. It's not about fixing it. It's not, like, you're not broken. I keep telling this, like, healing does not mean you're broken. Healing is awakening and remembering and connecting to all of you. And also understanding, without, again, expanding this too much and going way off topic, but it's also understanding you are a multi-dimensional, multiverse person. There's so many versions of you living life right now simultaneously, and every single one impacts each other. So it's also understanding that what one is going through, you all experience aspects of that. It all kind of just mishes together then, right? Like, it all kind of comes together, and you all need to, like, cleanse and purge stuff together in different ways and different times. It's like it takes a little bit of time for it all to, like, connect to all of you. Like when you think of dominoes, right? It's like boop, 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 boop. It takes time for them all to kind of lay together then, and then connect all together and process it. So there could have been a version of me that needed that clearing and that cleansing and purging through tears, or just needing to let that move through the body, right? And that's what you do, because it's just healthier for you. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now, because I feel like I'm gonna bombard people with just more information than was intended. But of course, everything comes out for a reason. I understand that too. So, but I don't want to overextend this video, because who wants to sit for like 30 minutes listening to somebody talk? Surrounding you all in love. Thank you so much for being here. As always, like I said, take care of yourself. Remember, you are loved, you are seen, you are safe, you are whole. Until next time, such appreciation for your presence. Chat soon.